Yes, guys, welcome back to the preview for Manchester City versus Fulham, where City, if they win, could already take a 5-point lead on Arsenal in the Premier League. Arsenal obviously would have a game in hand. They don't play till Sunday, but to have a 5-point lead this early would be absolutely huge. We already know that Fulham last weekend did take a point off Arsenal, so they're a good side. I like Fulham, I like Marco Silva, so there's going to be a lot to discuss. Before we get into it, as always, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Only 70 people in here, man. I don't know what's going on here. You know what I mean? What's happening? Where's everyone on this Friday night, man? Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Let's have a look who we've got in the building. Aubrey Robertson, Amir, Spinks, Tyrese, Elia, Vinay, Andy. We got Jessica, Robert, Tominator, not really here. Shameen, Scott Carson, Tominator's still here. Mukesh, Johnny Lowry's in the building. People still getting trolleyed. Yeah, that actually might be the thing. People might just be out on the session, man. Hopefully you guys are all well anyway. But yeah, there's lots and lots to get into. And first off, is this the game that we are going to see Jeremy Doku, obviously signed from Stade Rennes for 50 million quid, something like that. Is he going to, obviously didn't get on the pitch or didn't start the game at the weekend. Are we going to see Jeremy Doku start this game against Fulham? Well, according to some sources on Twitter, the answer is yes. He's not only going to be on the bench and maybe come off the bench. There's rumours that Jeremy Doku might actually be in the team, and not only in the team, Phil Foden might also be on the team, but not playing in the centre mid position. It's a very, very strange one. Let me see if I can bring up the team for you here, because it's a bit of a madness. It's these FPL guys, yeah. You know, these FPL guys, I don't know where they get all the the news from, right? But the news that is going around at the moment is that Jeremy Doku is going to start on the left. Jack Grealish is going to be rested, and Phil Foden is going to be playing on the right-hand side, on the other side, on the right-hand side. And I imagine Alvarez will still play in the middle with Kovacic and Rodri. So it's a little bit of a madness. The team is going to be crazy. Obviously, Lilo's the manager at the moment because Pep's still not available because of his back injury. But, you know, it's a crazy situation. Yeah, and MCFC Lads has just tweeted, Doku debuts soon. So it does sound like Jeremy Doku is about to start, which is kind of crazy. You've also got the Joao Palhinha deal. That's a crazy one. He's gone to Bayern Munich. He's done his medical. He's had photos in a Bayern Munich kit. And then the deal has collapsed. So what's going on there? You know what I mean? Is he going to fly back to Manchester today and play for Fulham tomorrow? Surely not. Surely he's just going to go back to London and play for the next match. Obviously, it's international break and then play for the next match. Surely they're not going to full send him into Manchester. I'd be very surprised if they're going to do that. So it's going to be crazy. Do I think Núñez will be on? No, I don't think Núñez will play, to be honest with you. I don't even think he'll be in the matchday squad. I'd imagine it'd be. Yeah, I don't even think he'll be in the matchday squad, to be honest with you, because he's only signed technically today. So to get all the paperwork done, I just don't think you're going to be able to get it done in time. As always, guys, we're going to get the tactical pad up and have a look at the predicted 11 and that. Let me just get the tactical pad up here. Here we go. And we can maybe build a little team. So Edison's going to be in goal. That's obviously no doubt. He's his number one goalkeeper, isn't it? So he's obviously going to be playing in goal there. You got Ake to choose from, Diaz, Stones. Good news on Stones. Sounds like he's going to be back soon, which is great news. I personally wouldn't risk him at all tomorrow. I don't think you need John Stones tomorrow. And I just let him have the full international break off to recover. And then when we come back from the international break, you can full send John Stones. But I wouldn't even risk him. Diaz is obviously fully fit, so he can play there. That's absolutely no problem. You've got, let's put the defenders on the picture you've got fit. So you got Ake, Gvardiol, Akanji, and Walker, and Rico Lewis. These are realistic. Obviously, Sergio Gomez is there, but he's realistically not going to be playing. So the question is, out of these 6 players, which ones are going to be starting tomorrow? Now, Kyle Walker did make a massive, massive mistake against Sheffield United. Does he deserve to be dropped for that? I'd probably say no. He is obviously captain at the moment, given the fact Kevin De Bruyne is injured. And he did kind of make up for it as well towards the end. He was very, very good towards the end of the game. And pretty much, you know, he created the goal effectively by tackling that guy and then putting the ball in the box. So I would imagine that he probably could start still. I don't think I don't think he deserves to be dropped. Akanji, I've seen a lot of people talking about Akanji, and the whole FPL guy on Twitter suggested that Akanji might actually be the guy who's going to be playing in the DM position, which I know a lot of people are not massive fans of, to be honest with you. But that might be the situation. Of course, you can play Rico Lewis right back, and then or left back, and then he could invert. To be fair, I think Gvardiol probably retains his place. I'm probably looking at him in this sort of position. So then the question is, where does Akanji play? Because apparently Akanji is going to be starting, if you believe the rumours that are going on there. To be honest, like that's what it sounds like. I need to see if I can bring up the tweet, man, from FPL. I've been looking for it, but when you're actually trying to bring it up, you just can't find it for some reason, which is proper annoying. But yeah, it's this FPL guy. I don't know where they get all their information from, man. All these people on Twitter, if the name starts with FPL, they just somehow get all the news, and I don't know how. People saying Gvardiol's been training in the stone role. Well, I imagine obviously Gvardiol will probably play in that Stones position at some point because he's very, very good on the ball. But at the moment, I don't know. And it sounds to me like Akanji is probably closer to be playing in that position just because he's done it a couple of extra times. So you see, apparently training picks, bro. That's why there's predicted lineup. Yeah, but this FPL guys is on it. Okay, so what would I do? What would I do? Okay, you're playing Fulham at home. You know what I'd do? You know what I'd actually do? If it was me, right? This is what I'd do. See you later. See you later. See you later. Boom. That's what, honestly, genuinely, that's what I would do. Genuinely, that's what I would do. And then what I'd have Rico Lewis stepping into the midfield with Rodri, and I'd have that as my back three. Very solid back three. Gvardiol can go out there. Diaz there. Walker there. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. All the news is that basically Akanji's going to be playing, and it's very difficult to drop Ake because he's doing nothing. He never does anything wrong. But if it was me, if I was the manager, I'd do something like that because I think we need to get an extra man into the midfield. So, yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay, midfield. Where is he? The man, the best DM in the world. There he is, Calvin Phillips. Put him in the. No, I'm not joking. Yeah, Rodri will obviously play. If Nunez was signed, and available to start, and he'd had a few training sessions, could you rest Rodri? Probably. Is there any point when he's going on international break? I don't know. In an ideal world, this is kind of where you want Calvin Phillips to be able to step in. You've got a home game. You're against Fulham. Fulham are a good team, of course, but realistically, this is where we should be able to have Calvin Phillips to step in and just give Rodri some rest, But obviously, that's not going to be the case. So Rodri effectively just has to play there, which is a little bit frustrating because, he needs rest. Kovacic, he's obviously starts every game at the moment, doesn't he? He's absolutely superb. I think, to be honest, yeah, I always thought he was going to do good at us at City. And I remember saying, I don't think he would need that 1 year free pass. I always thought Kovacic was going to do well at City because, listen, he's played for Croatia, he's played for Inter Milan, he's played for Real Madrid, he's played for Chelsea. He's not going to come in Manchester City and starstruck, you know what I mean? And he's good on the ball and that sort of stuff. So I think he's done really well. But I do think he's impressed me more than I thought he would. I thought he's done a lot better than I ever thought he would do at the club. I thought he's fitted in a lot quicker. On the ball, a lot better than I thought. Carries the ball a lot better than I thought as well. This is something that you only really see when you watch the player a lot. His passing is good. I think we were all correct on him not really having too much of a say in the final third. I don't think he's going to get many goals or many assists, but we didn't really expect him to. I was kind of fingers crossed that I was wrong on that one. That was all wrong because we all knew it. And maybe that he would chip in with a goal or two here or there, get a couple of assists. I don't think we're going to see that, but we didn't expect it in the first place. So I don't really think we can be too disappointed about it. But yeah, a fantastic player, and 25 million quid this day and age is absolutely crazy. You know what would actually be pretty interesting, right? Obviously, we signed Kovacic early in the transfer window. If we were to sign Kovacic like last week or today or whatever, how much would he have cost? Do you still think we would have got him at 25 million? Because I don't. I think the transfer market in this, obviously you get inflation on transfers every year, right? Transfers just go up and up and up every single year. But I think from the start of this transfer window to the end, I think the inflation and it has gone even. I think it's gone through the roof. And I'm just curious just to know what you guys think. Let me know in the chat. How much do you think Kovacic would have cost if we were bought him now, like last week or today or whatever? I think it would have been upwards of 30, 35 million. I think we'd have paid a lot more, man. Exactly, Tyrese. People do forget how much we paid for him. You know what I mean? 25 million. It's an absolute steal. What a bargain. What a bargain. Okay, right. So the rumours are that this is going to be the sort of 11 tomorrow. So Alvarez apparently is going to play it there. Foden on the right. Haaland up top. And Jeremy Doku left wing. They're the rumours. I mean, if he does that, fair. I have a slight concern still over this, just because I don't think he's that creative. But I don't know. I think I've got in my head a little bit about Alvarez in the middle, to be honest with you. I think I feel like it's worse than it actually is. I don't know if anyone else feels about Alvarez in the middle of the park. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I feel. Do you know when sometimes you think about, you overthink things, right? You overthink things and then boom, it gets in your head and it makes it worse. And then you get like agendas and shit. I think I've done that with Alvarez. I don't actually think he's as bad as I think in that position. I don't even say he's bad. I just don't think he's particularly great in that position. But I think it's worse than it is. I think I'm in my head, man. Do you know what I mean? I think I'll waffle when I talk about Alvarez in the middle of the park. So genuinely, yeah, I think that front three could be scary. That front three could be scary. It honestly could. I mean, the pace, the creativity, the goals and assists that you're going to get from Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden. You've effectively got two strikers. Because I wonder if we could see, the problem is no creativity. I was going to say, right, imagine, obviously I would think that tomorrow we'll pin back Fulham, and we can have a look at Fulham's team in a minute, but it just makes it a little bit difficult because Palhinha's out, Bassi got a red card. Doku's there, yeah, Foden's there. Could we see almost like a four-way attack? And sort of Alvarez and Haaland pretty close to each other. Maybe Kovacic further forward, centrally, Rodri there, Lewis there. Because this is kind of what I've seen. But then do you really want Kovacic in that sort of attacking position? Do you know what I mean? Like that. Like, so really push Alvarez up. The problem is then you're putting a lot of pressure on Kovacic to create. Can he do that? I don't know, man. I've not really seen it too much. Imagine this was like Kevin De Bruyne, yeah? And then you've got Doku on the left, Foden on the right, Haaland there, Alvarez there. Oh, my God, we'd cook. But, my only problem is the thing is, though, right? I remember the Sheffield United game, yeah? Obviously, we didn't have Phil Foden starting. I remember, obviously, before the game, doing the watch-along on that, and in the pre-match build-up, I was worried about the creativity. I was like, creativity, man. Creativity is going to be dead in that. But if I watched the game back, I didn't watch the full game. I watched the highlights back. You know, on Sky Sports do like the 30-minute extended highlights. I watched the 30 minutes extended highlights the other day. You know, we actually did create quite a lot. Even without Foden, we created a lot of chances, like good chances. So I don't know, man. Maybe Kovacic being in that position isn't actually that bad, and we could see something happen. But yeah, I mean, that's the leaked team. The defense isn't the leaked team. That's just my defense. But this is apparently the leaked team. Obviously, like put Rico Lewis back there, and Gvardiol there, Diaz there, Walker. Apparently, Akanji's meant to be in this somewhere. Alvarez sort of there, Haaland there. Yeah, that's this sort of midfield and attacking three is meant to be the league team, which it's just so exciting. It's pacey. It's so fast. We've not had this sort of pace for time. You know what I mean? Since Sterling left, since Sane left, we've not had an attacking three of pace. We've had Grealish, Mahrez, Bernardo, great players, love the players, but like it is a bit slow at times. You know what I mean? So to have some pace back in there, some skill. I know Foden played right wing a little bit last year, especially in the first half of the year where he did really, really well. But that seems like a long time ago now. To have that much pace in the attack is going to be so good. And I would say that, you know, we did the watch along for Fulham versus Arsenal last weekend. Fulham are no mugs, man. Fulham are a good team. Fulham are a good side. They move the ball well. They get the ball forward very well. I thought Pereira, former Man United player, I thought he looked very, very good against Manchester United. Bobby Reid was decent as well. I mean, we can have a look at their team if you want, and we can try and build an 11. It's kind of difficult because obviously Palhinha isn't there. Bassi got a red card, so we can't put him in either. But Leno effectively will be playing. Leno will be playing in goal. Let me just change the font because you can't see it. Can I do black maybe? I know that's not Fulham's thing, but you just have to deal with it. Robertson, left back. I think he's gettable. I think you can get at him, to be honest with you. I'm looking at Phil Foden, yeah. Phil Foden versus Robertson there, and I'm backing Phil Foden. I know Robertson's got a lot of fans in the chat, especially with the Americans and that. And look, I don't think he's a bad player, but I do think Foden could potentially get at Robertson there. Mukesh says, Brett Walker plays right wing, Foden central, Alvarez second striker. It's not a bad point, to be fair, Mukesh. It's not a bad point. So you could put like Foden there and Walker there. I mean, not a massive fan of Kyle Walker's crossing. However, to be fair, the cross that he did do for Sheffield United against Sheffield United for the second goal, he absolutely smashed it. So yeah, you probably will see Phil Foden invert a little bit. Good point, Mukesh, to be honest. Okay, you've got Diop as a centre back. I think he plays on the right, and then Tete, who, by the way, this guy's for me, I know he'll probably have a worldy game. He'll probably score tomorrow, but I think he's a very, very lucky guy to be playing Premier League football. I think he's a walking yellow card. He give the penalty. I said before the game last week, he's a walking yellow card. He give the penalty away. I think he's a bit dumb, to be honest with you. Defensively, not very good. Catches players all the time. So actually, to put Jeremy Doku on him, that's a very, very smart move if that is something that we actually end up doing tomorrow. Because Jeremy Doku will run at Tete, hopefully getting butt within the first 20 minutes, and then boom, he's got a problem. So I kind of like that. I do kind of like that, to be honest with you, Doku versus Tete. The question now is, who's going to be the other defender for Fulham? Because Calvin Bassey got sent off because of 2 yellow cards at the weekend against Arsenal. He got in fact, I don't know. Was he? The Calvin Bassey one, did that? Because obviously Fulham played against Spurs. So hang on a minute. Did that red card? You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I can't get my words out, but you know what I'm trying to say, don't you? Like, help me out here, chat. You know what I mean? Did he play? So he didn't play. He didn't play against Spurs, and he wasn't on the bench. So I can only imagine that red card carried. So Bassey will be back for tomorrow, I imagine. Is that right? Are we all agreeing with that? Is everyone agreeing with that? I think that's right. I think he'll be back tomorrow. So in that case, let me whack him in the thing. Yeah, no, it is right, isn't it? Because what's he called? Nick Pope. It happened to Nick Pope for Newcastle last year. So let's whack Calvin Bassey in. We'll put him in. I don't know why he's a goalkeeper, to be honest with you. And I don't know why that says Tom. Why does that say Tom? Not sure. Still getting the grips of this. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Palhinha is off. Surely he's not playing, guys. The guy's stuck in Bayern Munich, mate. The guy's stuck in Munich. His transfer is collapsed quite dramatically, actually. Has there actually been a reason as to why it's collapsed? Because I've watched Sky Sports News before, right? And by the way, we have legit TV, so now on the watch-alongs we won't be behind. Yeah, what's going on here with why is it actually collapsed? Palhinha deal 100% off. No way to change the situation despite medical and media duties done today. Being told Fulham tried to sign last minute for Scott McTominay, but no deal on the player side, and Palhinha will return to Fulham. So it sounds like maybe Fulham wanted a replacement and they weren't able to get a replacement. I tell you what, if that's the reason, Palhinha gonna be fuming. He had the chance to join Bayern Munich and he has to go back to Fulham because they didn't get a replacement. Not looking good, Brev. He's going to be absolutely fuming, surely. The fee wasn't agreed. Surely the fee was agreed, though, Tyrese, because they're saying he had photos in the Bayern Munich kit. He'd done all his interviews and that. Everything was done, like it was all done. And it says here, Fabrizio's saying it was because Fulham couldn't get a replacement for him. So he's going to be fuming if that is the case. Wow, geez. Yeah, Palhinha raging, absolutely, 100%. Okay, so, yeah, so basically the question is, who's going to play in the DM position for Fulham? It was Palhinha, Harrison Reed played there in a 2. So where's Harrison Reed? Have I got him on the list? I got Bobby Reed, but I don't think I've got Harrison Reed on here. No, because I didn't know who was playing. So let me whack Reed on. But who else will play there? Because obviously, Palhinha's not going to play. So Harrison Reed played on the right-hand side the other day against Spurs, and Palhinha played on the left. but obviously Palhinha is not going to play. So who else would play there? Does anyone know? Does anyone know who would play in that sort of deeper position? Or would it just be Reed in it? Lukic. Yeah, Lukic. Lukic didn't play. I can't see Lukic for Fulham on here, but he did play in the game against Arsenal or come off the bench or whatever. So yeah, maybe Lukic. I did put him on before. Maybe Lukic then. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. And against Spurs, they had Adama Traore who came off the bench against Arsenal and probably should have scored. Probably should have scored, to be honest with you. He had a great chance and then just kind of did what Traore does and just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. I think it's Tom Carney playing in sort of 10 position and Bobby Reed, who, by the way, I thought he played quite well against Arsenal. I thought he caused a few issues. Raul Jimenez is the striker who, I don't want to jinx things, right? But I don't rate him. I don't rate him. I know he had the what's it called? The bad head injury in it. So I don't want to roast the guy, but I don't really rate him, to be honest with you. I don't even remember him once against Arsenal. Did he even play? I watched the whole game, did a watch along, and I don't even remember even touching the ball, to be honest with you. He did play against Arsenal. Played the full 90 minutes against Arsenal. I don't even remember him playing in the game, to be honest with you. Yeah, so he's going to start up front. I've called him Raul, so sort of like, you know what I mean? Give him the respect. Give him the respect. But yeah, right wing. Let's have a look at the right wing situation. What's been going on? So against Spurs, they played Traore. Yeah, they played Traore. But against Arsenal, they didn't play Traore. Who did they play against Arsenal? They played Harry Wilson. So it depends. It'll either be Wilson or Traore. I wonder what they'll do. Wouldn't surprise me if he went Traore for the counter-attacking, because basically, yeah, the problem that you got with, obviously, what's he called? Marco Silva's got tomorrow is obviously City going to dominate the ball, right? So you got to have an out ball. So you got your big man up top, Raul Jimenez. Yeah, you can go long to him if you want to go long. You can go long and just see if he holds the ball up and tries to build and bring other players into play. But you also need a little bit of a different type of it. You can't just keep going long every time. You got to have someone who you can pass it to and maybe dribble with it. And look, I do like Harry Wilson, but Traore is good, mate. You know what I mean? Dribbling the ball. It might force Doku a little bit further back than maybe we would like, because obviously you'd have to do some defensive work. If it was me, if I was the manager, yeah, of Fulham, I'd play Traore, to be honest with you, and I'd have that, and that'd probably be my starting 11, to be honest. I think that. No, wait, are they missing a player? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're missing a player, so that wouldn't be the starting 11. Who have they not put on the pitch? Pereira. Yeah, maybe. Where would Pereira play there? Could he play behind the 10? Like in the 10 position? Behind the striker? Because I thought Pereira was probably their best player against Arsenal. I thought Pereira was very good. And he obviously scored the goal. Obviously, Saka's fault, but he scored the goal. So yeah, for me, that's the team that I would pick. I don't really know too much about Lukic, but everyone else, yeah, pretty good players. You know, pretty good players, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a great game. I really, really do. I thought Fulham against Arsenal thoroughly deserved the point. They could have nicked it at the end if Traore would have scored the goal, which that's what's let him down in his career. No disrespect at all to Fulham, but that's why he's at Fulham. Because he, you know, when he gets those chances, he just doesn't score them. You know, if he converted 50% of these one-on-ones, oh my God, what a player he would be. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be a great game. We could potentially go 5 points clear of Arsenal already. I know they'll have a game in hand. They don't play till Sunday, but they play United as well. Now, listen, I'm not holding out much hope there. You know what I mean? Because I think United are terrible. But you never know. You never know. United could go there and shit house a point, or even shit house of 3 points. You know, if United were to win, City would be 5 points clear already. I think that'd be mad. I just think that'd be crazy, mate. I think that'd be crazy to be 5 points clear already after 4 games. I'd be absolutely buzzing. I really, really would. I think that. backs up my argument that I think we could walk the league. Why would we start Rico Lewis over Gvardiol, says Cozza. Well, I mean, the options, these are the options that you've got. You know, you could start, if you wanted to start Gvardiol there, yeah, that's no problem. But then who do you start? Do you start Akanji? Because rumour has it that Akanji might be playing. He'd probably be Diaz like that. But then, yeah, it could be that. And then Akanji could step into midfield. Look, you can start Gvardiol. This is the beauty with our defence. This is the beauty with our defence. It's so strong that I don't care who plays. I honestly don't care. The only player that I kind of want to be seeing in there is Ruben Diaz. And when John Stones is back, John Stones. The other two, couldn't care less. Not in a disrespectful way, but if Walker plays, mint. If Akanji plays right back, mint. If Rico Lewis plays, mint. If Ake plays, mint. You know, all the players deserve to play because none of them do anything wrong other than Walker last weekend, but it's one mistake. They all deserve to play. You can't all play. I'm not asked really who plays. Do you know what I mean? The three players that really, really deserve to play is Diaz, Stones, and Ake. But then people say, well, why not Akanji? He's done nothing wrong. Again, yeah, true. Everyone deserves to play. I'm not asked who plays in the defence, to be honest with you. I don't even care who plays in the team. I'm looking at the squad now. I was on the radio before, yeah, I'd done the spaces before. I think our team is clash, you know. I think our squad is mint. I'd like one more in an ideal world. I would have liked a player that can play midfield and right wing, like a bit of a hybrid. Valverde, someone like that. But other than that, I love the team. I think this team is class, mate. We got pace on the wings. We got control with Bernardo and Grealish if we want it. You got big man up front in Erling Haaland and his Argentinian mate Alvarez just behind him. You know, you got the best DM in the world. You got one of the best centre-backs in the world in Ruben Diaz, one of the best ball-playing centre-backs. I just love it, man. Honestly, I'm buzzing for this season. I really, really, honestly, I want to win it all this year. I know we won a treble last year. I want to win it all. I want to win it all. I'm so gassed for this season. I think we're going to walk this league. I really do. We've got to get on it tomorrow, man. Fulham showed last week that they've got a good team. They have good spirit. They don't give up. They fight to the end. They've got pace. They've got power. They've got a bit of technical ability about them as well. Take your chances, Haaland. You missed a few, didn't he? Missed a few against Sheffield United. Take them tomorrow. And let's cook. Let's put the 5 points gap. 5 points gap. And then the question is, who are you going to be supported on Sunday? Man United or Arsenal? Because for me, I know I'll get cooked for this, but I don't really care. I'd rather United win the game. Because United are not going to be in a title race. I can tell you that now. They are not going to be in a title race. Arsenal probably will. And if we get 5 points clear after 4 games, I'm cooking. A draw is a good result. That's probably the perfect result. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Score prediction time. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Over 200 people in the building. Let's get those likes past 100. Score prediction. I'm going to go for... I think we're going to cook. Oh, fuck it. I think we're going to smash him. Let me do Pep Guardiola. Yeah. Record v Marco Silva. Right? Pep Guardiola. Here we go. Yo, what the fuck, man? Pep Guardiola, 11 matches against Marco Silva. 11 W's. 11. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You don't believe? You don't believe? I'll prove it to you, man. I'll prove it. I'll bring it up on screen. Look, these are all the games. 3-0, 4-0, 3-1, 6-0, 3-1, 3-1, 2-0, 3-1, 4-1, 2-1, 2-1. To be fair, they've scored against us in the last 4. In the last 4, he scored against us in every single game. So if you're a gambling person, both teams to score is probably the bet there. I'm going to go for a big score. I go for a big score, man. I am. I think we're going to smash him. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not Pep, innit? It's Lilo. Oh no. To be fair though, man, I think Lilo's a good manager, innit? I'm going to go for a big score. I'm going to go for I'm gonna go for 4-1, man. I'm gonna go with the history that they score. They've scored in the last 4. Well, his team scored against City in the last 4. I'm gonna go for a 4-1. I'm gonna go for a 4-1. I give him the goal. But yeah, 4-1, mate. I'm gonna go for 4. I think Haaland tomorrow. Yeah. I reckon he's gonna cook. I reckon maybe a hat-trick or something. I think maybe a hat-trick. Yeah, I'm buzzing. I can't wait. I'm gonna we've got the watch along coming tomorrow, by the way. Watch along. We'll be live an hour before the game at 1 p.m. to bring all the pre-match build-up. And then I was going to do the Newcastle-Brighton game, but I can't. So instead, on Sunday, we're going to go ham, mate. Liverpool, Aston Villa, we're going to do a watch-along. And Arsenal, Man United, we're going to do a watch-along. So 2 watch-alongs on Sunday, but no watch-along for the Brighton game tomorrow. And there you go. I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. Can Manchester City close the gap to 5 points? Well, open the gap to 5 points. I think we can. I think we're going to get the W. Guys, if you're watching this back on replay, make sure you drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. We're now on 7.1k subscribers, which is wild. It's just going up so fast. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the stream. If you are watching back on replay, give me your comments down below. Give me a score prediction. Do you think we're going to batter them? Let me know. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, guys, and I will see you in the next one. See you in a bit.